What's good, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Zay, Xavier Khalid, Mr. X. Just get the name correct so I know that you respect. If you didn't know, make sure you leave a like, share, comment, subscribe. Do what you do to regular YouTube video. We're going to get straight into the article. So today's article is from the Washington Post, and they say that boomers' massive wealth will mostly be passed down to people who are already rich. So baby boomers are expected to pass down $36 trillion. $36 trillion to their heirs in the next 2 decades. So baby boomers are set to pass trillions of dollars onto their heirs in the next 2 decades, but the huge transfer of riches will mostly benefit Gen X and millennial heirs who are already wealthy. So we get in this cycle of income, the cycle of wealth coming back into the younger generations, but Gen Z is probably not gonna see any of this stuff until they're already wealthy. Just how Gen X and millennials, or pretty much, are they the same thing? No, Gen Y, XYZ, yeah. Anyway, just how they didn't see, or they're not seeing any of that wealth until they're wealthy already. Yeah, we're probably not gonna see anything until we're wealthy. So yeah, good luck trying. So apparently it's supposed to be $36 trillion over the next 20 years being passed on from people born between 1946 and 1964. So, you know, we about to have a whole lot of adults out here, you know, like I'm talking about like grown middle-aged adults out here living lavishly, living wealthy, and pouring back into the economy, hopefully. You know, because, you know, it gotta spend money to make money. And, you know, hopefully we see some smart investments being made, because $36 trillion is a lot of money to be passed down, and that can potentially fix the wealth gap that's going on. But it's also a wealth gap between generations too. Like that's already a thing, you know, just being born younger. But like, if we compare the generation of now to the generation of then, when we're the same age, like that 21 to 25 range, it's a lot different. The wealth gap is a lot different. And it says nearly 3/4 of households receiving inheritance will be in the top echelon of wealth in the country when they receive the money. And this is often called the Great Wealth Transfer, but apparently this is going to be one of the greatest wealth transfers that we've had in history. Baby boomers are currently sitting on about $93 trillion in assets, and only 8%, or about 8 trillion of those dollars, are actually being planned to be spent into the economy. What does this mean? That means they're kind of selfish with their money, and they don't really give a two dams about anybody out here who actually struggling, who needs a leg up. You know, they want you to work hard for whatever, because apparently they work hard for theirs, or whatever excuse that they have for not actually, you know, at least fixing the roads. You can at least fix the roads. You can at least bring some more libraries. You can at least stop putting up some liquor stores and put up some, I don't know, some freaking karate studios, some self-defense studios. You can put up some freaking more Trader Joe's instead of opening up Walmarts, or some more Whole Foods. Make Whole Foods more accessible and less expensive, or more Sam's Clubs or something like that. More places for people to work at that's closer to their home, so they don't have to travel so far and worry about transportation and getting on these dangerous bus lines or train systems. 90th to the 99th percentile of boomers held about $44 trillion of the wealth, leaving the bottom 90% holding $16 trillion. Still a little bit of a gap between the percentiles of the wealth that they hold. And that doesn't mean that everybody's a billionaire or everybody's a trillionaire. It just means, you know, you have a lot of billionaires, you have a lot of millionaires that's in the equation when it comes to transferring wealth, because this is wealth accumulated over the United States over a period of time. So I wouldn't just flat out say that they have trillions of dollars. And everybody does things different with their money, and which is some BS if you ask me, in terms of helping this economy grow, helping the country grow, helping people who are in need when you actually indeed do have the funds. You know, you don't have to help everybody, but you can help enough people to where not a vast majority of us are struggling on our own because we can't find employment, because we can't start this side hustle because of X, Y, and Z. We don't have emergency funds set up. We don't have insurance for ourselves. You know, educating the people is what we really need to be doing. And that's not always afforded to everybody. Just got to put ourselves in the right mind state where we can educate ourselves and we can be afforded these luxury opportunities to, you know, flourish and shine and actually become the success that we want to see in ourselves. So yeah, man, it's been your boy Zay, Xavier Khalid, Mr. X. Just get the name correct so I know that you respect. With another video, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Do what you do to any your regular YouTube video, man. Free World Gang and Naughty. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. Keep holding it down. The saga continues, man. Peace. Love y'all.